Mario whānau. My name is Neen. I call myself the Joy Ninja because I'm trying to create a sense of abundance on a smaller fixed income. I do have an extra $60 to stuff today in my weekly stuffing because of doing a savings challenge. So this is $500. Let's count. 51, 52 to 20, 40, 60. 70, 80, 90, 3, 3, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 4, 4, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 5, 5. Cool, so all the money's there. I have a little bit of change left over from last week, which I stuff at the end. And fair warning, this is probably going to be quite a big one because it's the end of the month. So I am going to be doing a little tot up, hopefully, as I go, to see where I'm at with my 3 monthly goals. What am I doing? Not that. First up, we're just going to stuff my envelope. So I have some dividers in here. I put my weekly shopping money, petrol, and a little bit for takeaways just in my wallet. So 170 is my food budget. Petrol is 50, and I call it fun, but really it's takeaways. Gets $30. So I'll put that aside. Also putting aside $15. This is for the big girl. That's her allowance. I get her to buy her own face wash and things like that. I provide the basics, but I just give her a little bit of money so that she's getting used to, you know, having a small income. She is on study leave now and has 2 exams to do, but she'll be looking for a job soon, a part-time job. So $20 is going into pin money. Household this week is getting $10. So household has 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. And I actually did use some of my leftover shopping money to buy some tomato plants. Just from a local who likes growing plants, you know, like a elder couple. They're really lovely, very knowledgeable, and I like to buy from them because it's obviously their side gig. $10 is going to go into beauty. If you're not new here, you'll know this is just basically haircuts. I have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 in there. Then well-being is also going to be getting $10. This helps pay for vitamins for the kids. So I have 10, 20, 30, 40 in well-being. Hi, Poppy. In clothes, I am going to put $20 in here and immediately take this out and go spend it on shorts and t-shirts for Squirrel. 10, 20, 30, 40. So I might put that aside. Alright that I had $40, but yeah. I have a $10 voucher for Cotton On. Oh, hello. That needs to be spent by the end of the month, so I'll need to go do that today. There you go, go on the windowsill. Good girl. Hobbies. I'm not going to stuff anything, but it's got $20 in there. Also coming up, not this weekend, but next weekend, I have a craft market. So I'm hopeful that I can make a little bit of extra money to put towards my debt. Family Fun has 10, 20, 30. and maybe stuff into some envelopes like family fun, because I use this through the holidays. Be able to go and do some fun activities. Gifts, I think, is at 50, 20, 30, 40, 50, yeah, and I was going to cap it there for now anyway. There are other envelopes that require money, so sometimes it's just about priorities. You know, I'd love to stuff everything, but you have to be strategic. Giving though has 20, 30, 45, and I'm going to give it 5, so I'll do that. 20, 30, 40, 50. Sorry, I counted that wrong the first time around, but it has $50 in giving. I'm going to try to build that up a little bit more and do something with that in December. Miscellaneous is empty. I took the $10 out of here to help pay for getting my ears syringed. You'll notice that my health envelope, when we get there, is empty too. Okay, so this is my revolving binder. It's the one that I dip into quite frequently, but I don't keep it in my wallet, so I'm not tempted to spend it. I just sort of have to slow down and think a little bit. Education. This is one of the envelopes that I have been wanting to build up. I talked about having 3 monthly goals. One of the goals is to put extra money into education, so we're not on the back foot at the start of the new year. So I have 20, 40, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100 in cash, and I have $50 online. So I'm not going to stuff it, but I am going to put that $100 back in the bank. And I have a fully funded slip at the front just to celebrate the fact that I saved and spent $1,000 this year on education. Now, where's the best place to put this? I'm going to put it up there. I've got all these piles of money. I'm just going to keep myself. Don't get myself in a muddle. Vision, I'm going to put $5 in there so I can colour off that icon. And I have 100 in the bank, well, sorry, 125 in the bank, and I have 25 here. Do you know, I didn't take my placeholders with me. I think I will put that in the bank. I'll put that in the bank and I'll come back in and swap out that placeholder for a $50 one. It's better off in the bank because there's no immediate need, and who knows, I might get a few cents worth of interest. Now, I did mention Health Fund was empty, and I am going to replenish it with $20. And those icons are $5 each, so now things match. Okay, as for dental, I'm going to put 25 in there, so 10, 20, 30. Oh. Take the 5 out. And I have 50, 100 in the bank, and 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. So I'm going to put that extra 100 in the bank. And the new balance will be 200. Oh, I'll need to colour off one of these. Right, 200 in my dental fund, which is good because I have a periodontist appointment in February. Oh yes, I might need to boost this some more because I think Big Girl has a dental checkup as well. I'm pretty sure I have to pay for that. Alright, that's mental note. Just $5 in pet fund, so I can do a toe bean. Let's do this one. And so I have $2.50 in the bank and $30 there. I'll leave that until it gets to at least 50, because yeah. So maybe next month I'll get to put that cash into the bank. So what did I say? 280. $280 for pets. Cars, it's not going to get anything, but it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 50, 60, 70, 80, 380. Is that right? I think it's 480 actually. 10, 20, 30, 100, 200, 300, 450, yeah, 480. Glad I caught that. 480 for car. That's all the yearly stuff. Registration and warrant, and I'm building it further so it would cover tyres and any possible mechanical breakdown. A new phone, which is like my tech envelope. It has 20, 40, 60, 75. Yep, I'll put that in the bank. And I'll need to put a placeholder there, which I'll do a bit later. I just don't want to make this video too long. Right, into my celebrations binder. And first up, in birthdays, I'm going to give it $20. And have 100 in the bank, and 10, 20, 30, 40. Good. I'm going to have to unstuff some of that soon because I've done some purchasing of gifts for Big Girl. Let me write 140. Christmas is still sitting at 700. But again, I need to go through my receipts because I know I've done some spending out of my my regular bank account, and I need to pop that or transfer that money back in. White Tiny Day is the next sort of celebration that I'm saving for in this folder, and I'm going to give it 10 today. So now it has 10, 20, 35. And just update here. travel is also going to get $10. So it has 200 and 10, 20, 30. Very slow burn, but you know, it's nice that it is building up. And I'm going to put $10 into events. So that has 100 in the bank and 20, 30. And there is an event coming up. The pre-sale tickets will be, or early bird tickets will be on sale in December. I'm not sure how much it will cost, but it was $100 last year. So yeah, I just want to keep stuffing that. And then as for my cousin's wedding, still don't have a date. So, you know, the envelope exists. I will keep stuffing it, and it'll be grand. Ooh, bear with, I just need to write down. Great. All right. I have 10, 20, 30, 40 left, which is good. So that's how much I'm supposed to have. So onto my savings binder, and it's the last week of October, so I am popping in $30. 10, 20, 30. Oof, 33. Now what always happens with this is I put it towards paying back vet bills from the start of the year. So there's already 10 from last month. So I have 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 93. And each of these detonators is worth $80 because I took my entire, the total debt was $2,400 divided by the number of detonators there. So that's how I ended up with each one being 80. I only got enough to knock off one this month. I did consider putting my French macarons money in, but I've done a really good job, I feel, this year, and mostly I knew my son needed some clothes, so 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, no, there, okay, 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. So 80 is going to get redistributed. That $13 is going to hang out until I get enough money to knock off another 80, but at the moment it's just holding on in there. This I did at the start of the year. It shows me where I pulled money from my different envelopes to pay this big bill, and I'm paying myself back and treating it as a debt. So this is how I've gone this year, the different envelopes I've been hitting. I have fully funded my emergency back to $1,000 with that $10 in there, so I'm not going to hit that this month. Lala had, she's got 200 in there, and Squirrel has 200. I'm actually going to put the entire $80 into Lala, because she had a bigger balance than Squirrel did, and that's because she had been saving some of her allowance and putting it into her account. So I did ask both the kids about the pet bill and whether they would be okay with using their savings, and they were happy to do that. So I can feel good now that both of the kids' accounts are back to where they were before we had this big expense. Because, you know, it doesn't feel nice taking money off your children, even if it was for one of our pets. Worthy is my last envelope, has 20, 30, 40, 50, and I'm going to put in 10. So that brings it up to 60. I am going to put 50 of it in the bank. I'll leave the 2 5s there because I might need to swap those out for my $5 stuffings, challenge stuffings. And Lala's money is going to the bank, so I will need to note $80 going in there. She's got 280, Squirrel has 200, Emergency has 1,000, and I am going to, oops, crikey, put this into the bank, just so that it's all electronic now, the emergency fund. And so what will happen from next month is I have my home binder. This is a blue binder that I started the year before last. I had to unstuff money out of it. It's been on freeze until I pay back the money that I got out of it, which I think was $360, and I paid 70. So I've got $290 to get back into the home binder, and then I will start using that again. So it's sort of on my mind to get that money repaid into that binder by the end of the year, so that next year I can restart that binder. And because emergency is fully funded, but I still have quite a bit to pay myself back, that just means that the 1 month ahead binder comes back into play. So now I've got 1K into my emergency, and the rest will go back into home binder, or I'll bring back the 1 month ahead binder. Don't worry if you're new here, it will all make sense in next month when I do my next savings update. I'm just going to swap this over because starting next week we'll be in November. Yeah, which is crazy. So November is a 4-week month. There is a bonus. Let's scratch that because next week is the lowest amount that I have to stuff. It's only $6, so I tend to want to do the bonus at the start of the month. Okay, so my bonus amount is $9, meaning that $15 will go in to this envelope next week, which is totally doable. Let me just write that down. 15. I've really enjoyed doing this. I just wish it wasn't paying off my debt. I'm considering doing it again next year and just having it as a way to fund maybe my Worthy envelope. I don't know. Anyway, last thing is to put my change into Pearl, my elephant, and I have $2.60, which is that one. Thank you for being here and watching me doing my my goals, my cash stuffing for this week, but also looking back over the month. Oh, before I came on, this will interest you if you're doing the 3 monthly challenges. Here are my 3 quarterly goals. Sorry, so I wanted an extra $250 in birthdays over the 3 months, an extra $200 in dental, and save $150 towards education for next year. I did it in pencil. So this month I have saved 70 towards birthdays, 90 towards dental, 50 towards education. That totals $210. If you total up all of this is $600 over 3 months. That's my goal. So if I've done $210 this month, I'm tracking. So I can feel good about that. No matter what the ebbs and flows are, I'm sort of tracking towards these goals. I hope that makes sense to you. This is on Buy Me a Coffee. It was a freebie for my Buy Me a Coffee members, which is $3 a month, and those people that can find it in their budget to do that, I am so appreciative and grateful, because it encourages me, but it also helps me put a little bit extra towards my savings goals. Yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe. I always forget to say that, but it'd be really nice if you enjoyed this, got any value out of it, to just give it a like, or give me a comment, or even subscribing. That just helps with the YouTube algorithm. Oh, outtakes. If you are interested in seeing me count up how much is going back to the bank, I mean, it's kind of arbitrary really, but let's count this up. I always have an enormous sense of satisfaction when I go into my bank and drop this money in. Feels good. Oops. All right. I mean, it's not going to be a heck of a lot. Not like hundreds of, tens of thousands. It's just a little bit, but let's give it a count. So back to the bank this month is 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 20, 40, 60, 80, 200, 220, 230, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 93, 310, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 4, 10, 20, 35, 40, 440, which is basically the regular amount that I have to stuff every week. So that's insane. Still, I feel enormously grateful that I have this money to put back. All right, so that's all from me. Have a good rest of the week. Kia ora.